Good morning, guys, and welcome back to my channel. First of all, I just want to say if you can hear any noise in the background, the wind is absolutely howling outside as I'm recording this intro, so I do apologize if you hear any howling. Today I wanted to share with you guys the newest fragrance to my collection. I have recently welcomed another Xerjoff fragrance into my collection, and this was not a blind purchase. I had a sample, but I wanted to unbox it with you guys on camera and share my thoughts on it with you guys. So if you're new here, welcome. My name's Alithia. On this channel, I do focus a lot on minimalism, things that are girly and feminine, organizing, decluttering, fashion, perfumes, beauty, skincare, pretty much anything that brings me joy. I also love drinking coffee. So if you love any or all of those things, I would love if you consider subscribing. And without further ado, you guys, let's get started in today's unboxing and quick little mini review. I'm just spending a little bit of time at home today by myself. I've got the whole weekend to myself, and I received something very special in the mail yesterday, not from PR, not sponsored. This was purchased with my own money. I actually had a sample of this that I had ordered from Lucky Scent a couple of months ago, and it was one of the perfumes that really stuck out to me, and I really enjoyed it. So I took a little bit more time with it. I've worn it a few times, and it is absolutely kind of a mesmerizing, addictive fragrance. When I first smelled it, I didn't know how I thought about it or what I thought about it. It wasn't what I had expected, which I find a lot of times is the case with a lot of perfumes. Especially perfumes that are really hyped up. You get this idea in your head of what it's going to smell like, or you kind of form an idea about it. And if it is anything like deviated from that when you smell it in person, whether it's a sample or in store, you do tend to be a little bit thrown off. And sometimes you have to come back to it with just have like a renewed, like a clean slate sort of, with no expectations, and just spend some time with it. That's what I had to do with this fragrance. But I'm really, really excited to be unboxing this with you guys today. So it's from Xerjoff. It is from the Shooting Stars collection, and this is what the package looks like. It's still fresh in the cellophane. Super excited. So let's go ahead and take this off together, and yeah, we'll unbox it together, and then I'll spray it for you guys. I'll tell you what I get from it. I haven't looked at the notes, honestly. I've only seen a couple of people talk about this. I think the only person I actually saw like rave about it was probably Demi Rawling, actually, like a while ago. I haven't really seen many people talk about this perfume, although I don't watch a lot of perfume YouTube these days. But anyways, I don't even know what the bottle looks like. I have no idea what to expect. All right, this is the beautiful box. I don't know if you're anything like me, but I love the sound of cellophane on a perfume box. I have to get my scissors out. The Xerjoff fragrances always come in such elaborate packaging. Look at that. So opulent. Ivar stole the box, which is okay. He loves when I get things in boxes because he knows he can tear them apart and have a really good time. So parcel day is just as exciting for me as it is for him. Okay, let's go ahead and take off the box. I am really excited to see what the bottle looks like. I don't even know what it looks like. So let's see. Ooh. What's this? Oh, I see. Okay. Inspired by a wondrous meteorite shower, Shooting Stars perfumes capture the moment when heaven met earth. I like that. That is super cute. Meteorite's official name. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Have I never ordered a perfume from the Shooting Stars? Pretty sure I did. I think wasn't Starlight from the Shooting Stars collection. I don't know if I got one of these from in that fragrance. Let's unveil the bottle finally. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. Do you guys know what it is yet? There she is in all her glory. This is Cruz Del Sur 2. I'm so excited. It looks like it's missing a little bit, doesn't it? It's not like fully full. That's kind of strange. especially for the price. All right, so that is what the bottle looks like. Beautiful clear glass bottle with yellow juice. So I was right about that. Cruz Del Sur 2 from the Shooting Stars collection. I'm a little bit annoyed, to be honest, that it looks like it's missing a little bit, but maybe all the Xerjoff perfumes, like, to me it looks like there's a dent in there already, you know what I mean? But it was brand new and it was in the cellophane, so I don't think there's any kind of issue. Anyway, let's go ahead and spray it. I do have a perfume spraying strip here, and I haven't looked at the notes, so what I'm going to do is just spray it and tell you guys what I get from it, what it smells like to me. So let's go ahead and spray it. I'm really excited because all I've had up until this point was a little tiny 1 ml dabber sample. So this is going to be a completely different experience for me spraying it today. Okay, let's give her a spray. Okay. Yes, okay. So it does smell quite different on paper than it does on skin. So when you first spray it, it's quite fruity. You do get like this very juicy mango, but it's not a super tart mango. There's also something in the background that kind of makes it almost a little bit like woodier, and I almost feel like there might be fig in here. I can't, like I said, I have never looked at the notes of this perfume. To be honest, this perfume didn't really intrigue me at all. I'm not much of a fruity fragrance fan, as you guys know if you watch my channel. This one has, I feel like there might be fig in here. I'm getting some sort of like almost a green, almost underripe quality, and a creaminess and a bit of a woodiness, and something kind of sweet and savory and like decadent and creamy in the background. I believe that there is a note of milk in here, but to me, it doesn't smell super lactonic, and I mostly get that fresh mango in the opening. As it starts to dry down, it becomes less about the mango, but I do get some sort of a green woodiness in there. I don't know if it's coming from fig or fig leaf. I feel like there might be fig leaf in here. And then it does get very creamy. And on skin, you guys, this becomes the most beautiful creamy, delicious mango fragrance. It's fruity, it's feminine, it's even a little bit sensual. It performs super well in the heat. I've worn this outside when the sun was shining quite a bit, and I also still had this on my skin when I had a bath later that night, and when I immersed myself into the hot water, the warm water, and I got a little bit hot and my skin was a little bit sweaty. I really could pick this up coming off of my skin and off of my arm, and it performs really, really well in that kind of like humid warmth. I feel like this would be an amazing fragrance for a tropical vacation, for a hot vacation, for hot, humid climates. So although I think there's a note of milk in here, because I'm pretty sure this is a lactonic, milky fragrance, it's not like creamy, nauseatingly milky lactonic the way some other perfumes are. I don't like a lot of milky fragrances. In here, it doesn't read super milky or nauseating. It's just kind of like, it's just kind of creamy. Yeah, to me, this is almost, now that I'm coming back to it another time, although I've worn this a few times already and I've come back to it a few times, I feel like every time I smell this perfume, I get something different from it. I'm honestly getting almost like a creamy, milky, but without being too milky, green mango, sort of, with almost, I want to say there's fig in here. There's something creamy and green about it. This very pleasant, vanilla-like sweetness. That's what I get. So I don't know what the notes are. Sometimes with these fragrances, when I fall in love with them, I don't even want to look at the notes. I don't want to know what they are because I find it sways how I feel about the fragrance. If there's a note in there that I didn't know was in there, and maybe that's not my favorite note, like peach or plum or something like that, if I knew that was in there, then I might start to pick up on it, and it might change the way I feel about the scent. Sometimes when people tell you it's in a fragrance, you can't unsmell it. Maybe I'll just leave it at that. I don't even want to look at the notes, you guys, honestly. Usually I do put the notes on the screen, and usually I do say what's in it to help you guys kind of understand. But for me, it's just a very feminine, more expensive smelling. It's not like It's not like a basic fruity fragrance like you might get from certain designer lines where it's just like straight up fruity. This one has a sophistication to it. It's quite addictive. It's quite pleasant for the summertime. It's feminine. It's the type of scent that keeps me wanting to come back and smell it more often. It's also kind of like a more casual scent. Like, you guys know that I recently purchased a Cento Overdose, which is a green aldehydic jasmine fragrance. A Cento Overdose is more of a beast than this one, much more of a beast. I'm just comparing the two just to give you some context, not that they smell anything alike, but a Cento Overdose is more extravagant smelling, more luxurious smelling, more expensive. It's more beast mode, it's more unisex, but still leaning feminine. And it's more it's definitely like a summer scent for me, a Cento Overdose, and smells really, really luxe. Like, what are you smelling? You smell like money. This is a little bit more downplayed. It's definitely a little bit more casual to me than a Cento Overdose. It's also much more feminine, although I already think a Cento is quite feminine leaning. This one for me definitely does lean feminine. I don't think I would want to smell it on my boyfriend, for example. It's soft, it's fruity, it's creamy. It's very elegant though. It doesn't smell immature at all. It's not an immature smelling fruity scent. It just has this delicious, addictive, creamy mango quality in it. And yeah, like I say, I think I do pick up it's giving me a little bit of the creamy vibes from Philosophos from Diptyque, and not so woody, not as green or woody as Philosophos. What is the name of that mango one from Stefan Humbert Lucas? God of Fire, is that it? I think. So in comparison to God of Fire, because they're both mango, God of Fire is more dominant in the fruit. It smells more like a fresh, ripe, juicy mango. It's a little bit brighter. It's a little bit more daytime. It's a little bit more casual even than this. This one is creamier than God of Fire. The mango has a greenness to it and a creaminess to it, and it has a depth to it. It's less linear than God of Fire. I found God of Fire to be quite linear. This one changes a little bit more from opening to finish, not a whole lot, but in the beginning you get more of that sort of bright mango quality, and then it starts to become more and more creamy and vanillic and milky as it dries down. I don't know, it's just like, oh, I love it. I just really like it. So yeah, that's all I have to say about Cruz Del Sur 2. Also, when I have tried this, I have tried it, like I said, with a 1 ml dabber, and I just kind of dabbed a little bit on my forearm or whatever, not a whole lot. It had really good performance. It lasted all day. I kept getting little whiffs of it. Every time I would go outside to do something, I would catch it on the air and I would get little whiffs of it. Like I said, when I crawled into the tub, it definitely, the heat and my body, the warmth from my body and the moisture and the humidity really brought this to life, and it just even filled the air even more in that time. So I think if you live somewhere warm and humid, this would work for you, but I live in Canada and it still works for me. It has a sensual quality to it. It's fruity and playful, but also not immature. Has a sensual quality. It's kind of like scrumptious. Yeah, it's just scrumptious and delicious. And it is a turn for me because I don't have a lot of straight up fruity fragrances in my collection. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Good longevity, good sillage. I would say the sillage on this is about moderate. It's not a beast, but it's not close to the skin either. You definitely smell it on yourself, and it's beautiful. And I also think this is one of the more mass-pleasing, less challenging fragrances from Xerjoff. Xerjoff tends to have some fragrances out there that are quite bold and quite in your face. Things like Herba Pura, for example. I like Herba Pura, don't get me wrong, but I kind of have to tiptoe around that one. It tends to be very overpowering for me and can even be a little headache-inducing for me. And Herba Pura is quite polarizing, I think. I do think that Cruz Del Sur 2 is more of a mass-pleasing, most people who smell it are probably going to say that that's a very pleasant, easy to digestible fruit scent, if that makes sense. Yeah, so that's it about Cruz Del Sur 2 today, you guys. The newest fragrance added to my collection and the second Xerjoff that I have currently in my collection. I think Xerjoff is just such a high quality house and they offer so many beautiful fragrances, and I have yet to discover so much from Xerjoff, but yeah, like I said, this is one I had a sample of. It was not a blind purchase. I do recommend getting samples when you can, just because they are expensive, and like I said, when things are hyped up and you blind buy them, you have this expectation, and even though you have no idea what it's going to smell like, you have an expectation, and perfume is so unique, it can't possibly smell when you receive it quite like what you might expect. This one, I'm glad I didn't blind purchase it, because I think I would have let it go too quickly, honestly. Because the first time I even smelled the sample, like I said, I wasn't sure what I was smelling. I didn't think I liked it all that much. I was kind of like, I don't get it. What is all the hype about? Also, I should comment on the sweetness level of this. The sweetness level here is like a level, like if 10 is the most tooth-achingly sweet thing in the world and 0 is totally opposite of sweet, this is around maybe a 6. So it's not overly sweet. Something like Gritty's Gossip Night, if you guys have smelled that, that's also, I think, has mango fragrance in it, and that is that's a sweet, creamy, like whipped cream kind of fragrance. I do have a sample of that one, by the way, and I like it, but it's very sweet. It's much more sweet than this one. So if you want to compare it to, if you want to put mango on a spectrum, God of Fire, if we're comparing these 3 fragrances, God of Fire would be the least sweet, Cruz Del Sur 2 would be somewhere in the middle, and Gossip Night would be the most sweet if you want to put them on a spectrum. So if you like something a little bit more tooth-achingly very, very sweet, definitely check out Gossip Night. It is really nice. I just wasn't like, wow, this is amazing, I have to have it, but I kind of want to revisit it now because I feel like I'm starting to appreciate mango a little bit more in a fragrance. But yeah, that's all I really have to say, you guys. I could ramble on forever, obviously. Very happy to have this, and that's it. Thank you for watching today. So that was it for today's perfume unboxing and mini review. I hope that you guys enjoyed hearing my thoughts on this perfume. I would love to hear down below if you have tried this yourself or any other mango fragrances or any other Xerjoff fragrances. Do you have anything that you would recommend or something that you love and you want to share with me as well? And I'll see you guys all very soon in my next one. Bye for now.